When I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak.
On my life.
And he stayed at 147.
You would not stop
too long.
me. You would not stop me.
Okay.
You're crazy. What you smoking on? Breaking news, boxing pound for pound number one, Terence Crawford, has indicated that the Errol Spence rematch is off after Errol Spence made another excuse, such as the rib injury, along with the eye injury. Now, Crawford gave his reaction to Errol Spence claiming a rib injury and taking a shot on the side prior to their fight on their fight week, where Crawford said, quote, "I done heard it all, Errol Spence. It's okay though, because all in all, I'm glad it's over and done with. I wish you well, my brother." End of the quote. Whatever happened to Errol Spence claiming he's an old school fighter? He comes from a time, even if he had an excuse, he wouldn't give it to you. He wouldn't give you one. However, at the moment in time, we really can't tell because Errol Spence is just like DJ Khaled. He keep giving us another excuse, another one every single day. Errol Spence has officially joined the club with Manny Pacquiao, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, etc., when they claimed an injury after they lost. This is becoming the norm in the sport of boxing. Recently, Davis, who got knocked out by the 40-year-old man Barroso in the first round, he blamed that loss on too much oxygen in his hotel. I kid you not. We even seen Shakur Stevenson, who didn't even lose just because he looked bad. He claimed an injury. This happens due to the fact when a fighter loses, naturally so, they want to save face. That's what it is. This is why a lot of fighters go from stating no excuses immediately after the fight to making excuses nonstop couple days after the fight. Another reason behind that is social media. Back in the day, when an old school fighter lost, he goes back to his hometown and he's celebrated. They make him feel like he won. However, nowadays, as soon as you go on social media, you end up becoming a meme. Due to that, fighters resort to making excuses, unlike the old school fighters did, since they didn't have to deal with social media and the backlash that comes with it. You see, when fighters lose, the first thing they should do is deactivate all of their social media. Last but not least, clearly Crawford is not buying any of Errol Spence's excuses, since he pointed out if Errol Spence had all of these injuries, then he wouldn't have passed the physical test on fight week. I told you guys before, when Errol Spence fans was making excuses about Errol Spence being dehydrated, then Errol Spence didn't even use their excuse. He came out with another one. He talking about an eye injury and a rib injury. I told you guys the only reason Errol Spence could be doing this is either he wants to sell the rematch or that's his way of walking out of the rematch. We all know there's a rematch clause. So if these injuries are true, then Errol Spence will force the rematch at all costs in order to show the world what he can do at 100%. However, if Errol Spence doesn't force the rematch to take place after making all of these excuses, then this is Errol Spence's way of pulling out of the rematch with Crawford, which is a terrible look on Errol Spence's behalf to try to discredit Crawford the way he did, even though he has a rematch clause that he could have had enforced to make the rematch take place. Errol Spence tried to discredit Crawford's entire resume leading up to their fight, only to get smashed worse than all of them. Remember, when the media was asking Errol Spence how will the fight with Crawford play out, he didn't say this is going to be a tough fight. He said this is going to be a one-sided ass whooping. Do you guys really think if Errol Spence had all of them injuries, he would be saying that on fight week? That's a rhetorical question. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hello, how you doing? We're off night. The better man won tonight, and I can't make any excuses. Definitely did the same. Just my time was out, and I can capitalize on a couple couple things, you know. This time was a lot better than last night. You know, like I said, I don't make any excuses. A little better than one night.